Welcome to the Pest Finder Professionals podcast. This is your resource for debunking marketing myths and unlocking growth in the pest control industry. Join us as we dive deep into the strategies that can propel your business forward. And we also have exclusive interviews with pest professionals and insights from entomologists and wildlife experts. Get ready to transform your approach to pest control.
Hey guys, this is Jock here from Pest Finder Pro. This is the second installment. Why am I saying installment? Actually, it's not an installment. Say the second idea really for AI in pest control, and what does it actually mean? And today's episode is kind of going to lift the lid on a little bit of these AI bots. So when we come right back, we're going to jump into this whole new idea about using AI bots in pest control. God bless. Hey guys, welcome back. So we're going to dive into this today. And the reason I'm doing this is because some of the companies that I work with, some of the companies that I consult with, we've been seeing a massive influx of promises from organizations saying, we can install a bot on your site. These are going to take away all this time for you. It's going to guaranteed to generate you leads. It's going to increase the leads that you're getting to your site. And this is on autopilot. You don't need to hire anybody anymore. It's all very good and sounds amazing, right? And I'm going to go into the pros about this just shortly, but what I want you to understand is that it's not all it's cracked up to be, right? Honestly, it really isn't. And it's very early on, but I see it all the time. I see so many of these emails coming in from these new AI companies, and it's amazing how long AI has been here that everybody seems to now be an expert in it, and yet some of them don't actually really know how to use it. And then there's great companies out there that are utilizing AI expertly, and being honest with it. But the reality is that nobody should be coming and saying to you, look, we guarantee you these leads. We're going to install an AI bot. We're going to put an AI agent onto into your pest control business, and this AI agent is going to do everything for you. It's going to literally work for you nonstop, and it's going to generate leads for you. And sounds great, right? And to actually, and let's have a look at it, to actually have this installed and developed, it's not just a case of just taking a little script, putting it in, boom, and you've got a bot. It has to be, there's a lot of work involved in it. And I understand these companies that are doing all this work, they deserve to be remunerated. And it can cost you anything from a few $100s a month. And normally, and that's just to have the AI agent installed in your site, up to maybe, a few $1,000s just to get it built for you. And so maybe I've seen costs anywhere from $2,000 to build the bot, to build the AI agent, up to $10,000 as a one-off fee just to build it. And then you've got the ongoing maintenance fee, anything from say $300 up to a couple of $1,000s a month. And whilst it sounds really expensive, there is some truth. There really is. There is some truth that these AI bots can really enhance your pest control business. But what I want to really understand is that when you have a bot on your website, when you have an AI agent on your website, it really is still going to be operating for you 24/7, and the chances are you're not going to miss out if it's built properly. When you're asleep or when you're out working on a job, it can take bookings for you. It can act as that assistant for you. And the conversation between that person can go as so far as finding out the information, what it is they need to do. and then get a potential booking for you. Send to your booking, you're obviously another booking agent, or to send to your form on your website, that kind of thing. And yes, it's brilliant. It can really help you, and it can really help with not missing. Absolutely, just not missing any potential leads. But here's the thing you've got to understand. One, you still have to get traffic to your website, right? In order for someone to find you and then to start engaging with that AI agent, you still have to get traffic to your website. So you still have to utilize the same thing that we all talk about. It's not just putting a bot on your site and that's it. It's going to go out there and it's going to find you loads of leads and it's going to start talking to those leads and start to get them in. No, you've still got to get people there, right? You're still going to have to write good quality content. You're still going to have to do video marketing, social media marketing. You're still going to have to do that to get them to the site. Once they're on the site, then the AI agent can take over. And yes, you can be out on the job. You can be out working. Your team can be out working. You don't have to have someone man the phones 24/7. It is going to save you money. It is going to help to generate leads when they come to your site. But here's the other downside, right, that you've got to consider. And I've tested this recently with one of my colleagues, and some people are quite happy to engage with an AI assistant, but there's still a lot of mistrust, right? There's still a lot of I want to speak to a real person. So this is the downside. One, when you put an AI agent on there, yes, you're not going to miss any leads. Yes, they can book with you, but remember that quality of connection, individual connection, picking up the phone, being able to talk to someone, even being able to chat to someone live. And while a bot can hand over to you live, there's still that personal touch is missing out. And this is the thing with AI. AI is not personal, right? You can't have a good laugh with someone, a potential customer on the phone. I've seen it loads of times where, one of my colleagues, they'll get chatting to a potential customer and they'll have a good laugh, and it puts them at ease. And oh yeah, they generate an amount of trust just even in that conversation. It's being able to make an emotional connection, to be able to build that trust, to perhaps have a long-term engagement with that potential client. So utilizing an AI bot, you might not necessarily have that. You're not going to have that personal touch until they get to that point where they are communicating with a real person, maybe actually on the chat bot on your website, or even they do get to call you and pick up the phone, right? The other thing is that sometimes these AI bots could fail, right? Because it's training on your site, it's training on what's out there in AI, and it's not always going to give you that right information. And also, it can go all around the houses. Even when you train it, people can lose interest in chatting with the bot because it starts to give you all this information out, and a person just wants to get on there, show them you got a problem, upload an information, boom, done, book it in. And sometimes it doesn't happen that way because there's a lot of information comes through. You start to get into this conversational tone with them. And whilst it is great, there is that point that some people will just they'll not want to deal with a bot. They don't want to deal with AI. They don't want to get into that conversation because they think that it's not personal, like I've just already mentioned, or they just can't be bothered doing it. So there's a negative side to this, but there's also a lot of positives, right? Like I said, yes, it's going to help you in terms of not losing any leads from your site, and you could generate leads from your site when you get the traffic, when you get the people there to your site 24/7. You could be sleeping in your bed at night and they could just be like, oh my God, I can hear rodents or something. All right, let's jump on, find out who it is locally, and send them information, and then they can communicate with your AI agent, and boom, you can have a booking that comes in straight away. But remember also that not all of these bots connect in with your booking system. They don't always connect into your calendar, and they don't connect into your third-party software. So that's something new as well, a hurdle that you have to go over. What I found out is that if you have a really good lead generation system on your site with a good dynamic form and maybe able to text you, then you can utilize something like that with your AI agent, because it can text your phone and it can fill in that form, and you've got kind of backup there. And so yes, it's also going to help you with time, because you don't also have to have or hire an admin assistant to constantly monitor this and to answer all the time. So that's another good thing. It can save you money in the long run that way. But again, I said that it's not necessarily an ideal thing to have for a small business. Some of these bigger organizations, Rent-A-Kill in the UK, Nolan maybe here in the States, Terminex in the States as well, massive organizations, this could really help them. It could have that booking system available, integrated, the AI agent interacting and booking consistently. But if you're a small upcoming pest control company and you don't really, you're not big enough to deal with all of that, and that you're not manning the phones 24/7, you don't want to get to the point where there's loads of bookings come in, loads of leads come in, and you can't actually fulfill them. I mentioned that in a previous video where we talked about having the right staff and being able to have the staff to do that, to make sure that you can service your contracts, right? So if you're a small company, maybe you don't want an AI agent in there booking for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, because you can't service it. You need an element of control. You need to be able to control where your bookings and how many bookings you take on until you start to grow. And maybe spending a few $1,000s to get an AI agent put into your site is not what you need to do at the moment, because you're a new company or you're a small pest control firm, and you need to get in that point where you're growing. So that's another particular point that you need to take into consideration, is that you're maybe too small for an AI agent. Certainly, it could help you, like if you're a coach or a consultant and you're booking kind of your calendar, and you've got certain spaces in your calendar that you fill, and you've only got, say, 2 spaces on a Wednesday or whatever, then great. I mean, you can work it as a small organization. But if you're a pest control company that's relying on regular bookings, termite inspections, pest inspections, maybe you've got a rodent job that comes in, mosquitoes, we're getting into the spring season now, mosquitoes are waking up, but we're starting to see them around as well. So maybe you want to book mosquito jobs. But if you don't have an ability to control everything and to make sure you're not overbooked, it could cause you issues. Here's the other thing as well, is that you may lose trust from potential customers, because I've seen where these AI bots fail and then crash, or they crash on the site, and it's not a good experience. And remember, Google's looking for this great experience for people. And as I said, you need to get people coming to your site. It's a bit of misdirection when a company says, we'll guarantee to generate you leads, and then they'll come and say, look, we've installed the AI agent on your site and we generated you those leads. Well, did they generate the leads? Or is it the fact that people were actually finding your site and coming to your site, and whether they used the AI agent or not, they may have filled in that form? One of my clients, consistently get bookings coming through the dynamic form that we have on the site, and it works absolutely fine. And we've been testing putting an AI agent in there. And there are, as I said, there are the pros and the cons. I know that If people can get a fast response, get something done and booked in quick, they're going to go for it, and it saves time. It's great. They're not going to lose these leads. But then if they start to get into an overwinded application and utilizing the AI agent, they're going to lose interest. And I've tested it. That's actually what happens, because we tested one AI agent where it had to go through so many stages before it even got to the point of offering the service or taking the information for the service. And then when we changed and retrained the AI agent so that it gave them the information immediately, but also immediately it gave them the opportunity to book straight on that dynamic form, or to send a text and try and get a booking, boom. Plus get the information. That kind of worked, right? But that's great when it's a big company, when you're a substantiated pest control organization that can get this all done properly and pay for it to be trained and installed and obviously monitored. Great. But if you're a small firm, it's maybe not for you. It's maybe not for you at this moment in time. And if you are a small firm and you're really you love tech and you really want to be up ahead of the game, realize that there's still a little bit of work to do, because you still have to get people coming to your site. You're not going to never need to have good quality content. You're not going to never need to have at least a half decent website with a great experience for Google. Because at the end of the day, people are still searching Google. And even now with the AI, the voice search, they're utilizing voice search and AI search, which is a big thing. I know that in Pest Finder Pro, we've now got a new service where we actually develop the profiles for AI voice search and AI search, and that's a game changer, and that's something you need to have a look for on your site as well. So just remember, when you get all these emails coming in offering you to install AI bots in your system, be careful what you do. Do you need it? Ask yourself, do I need this in my small pest control company? What is it going to do for me? Am I able to take these bookings on a 24/7 basis, not miss a potential, and fit it into your schedule? Great. If you can integrate it and do it, fantastic. Or is it too much of an inconvenience for someone? Or is it too much even of an inconvenience for you in terms of, would it be too costly for you to install this and get it trained and do all this? And looking at the benefits of that, of utilizing the AI bot, and maybe the cons of it as well. You have to look at both. Don't just jump into it, and don't just jump into believing any company that says we install this and it works for you 24/7 and it's going to generate you leads and we'll go out and we'll get you leads. It doesn't do that. You still have to get traffic coming to your site so they can start to engage with you. But don't get me wrong, as I have said, it is an amazing technology that's there for our use. It can create that relationship very quickly to get a booking in, but you have to be able to respond to that booking fast. You have to be able to confirm it, right? It is going to give you more time to concentrate on growing your business. But you may be, as I said, you may be too small, and it may not be for you. So just weigh it up. If you've got any questions, reach out, ask me. I'm happy to give you kind of the insider scoop. No bullshit, nothing. I'm not going to run you up a garden path. I'm going to tell you it can either work for your company or not. It does have many, many benefits, but it also has many cons as well, dependent on where you are on the pest control company spectrum, where you are in your growth, where you are in your local area, and your competition as well. You're not going to compete with Terminix just because you put in an AI agent to help you. And you still have to take on elements of marketing your company and your business. Yes, it can book you. Yes, it can help you. Yes, it can work brilliant for you. But just be aware of the pros and the cons. It's not all it's cracked up to be. And so you need to be ready, you need to be willing to invest in it, and you need to be willing to obviously do a little bit of work as well to make sure that it fulfills your need. Okay? So any questions, reach out to me, guys. I'm happy to help. And if you want to get your company on Pest Finder Pro and optimized for AI search and AI voice, then let us know. Just connect with us. And if you're interested and you want to look at having an AI bot, an AI agent developed for you and put on your site, then connect with me and I can guide you in the right way. Yes, we can do it as well. There are companies out there that specialize in it, but just be aware that there's also some caveats about how you use AI, especially with Google. And there's been a recent update. There's been the March update this year that rolled out, I think, from the 13th to the 25th. And that impact is still being felt now. And one of the things is that they're changing the way that how they look at potential manipulation. And also, AI can't go out and open up your accounts without there having, and let's say Google, extra Google business accounts and all this kind of stuff. It's against, Google's policies. You have to have an address. And this is another thing before I finish off. When some of these AI agents are saying we can open you offices, we can open you Google business profiles in different areas utilizing our AI system, you still have to have an address in those areas, right? If you don't have offices that service those areas, you're going against terms and conditions of Google. So you might get away with it for a small time, but you'll eventually get caught up, and then that's going to go down the pan for you. And also, Google's not stupid. They're going to be looking at how things are manipulated with AI as well. So you have to be very careful. Look at it this way. If you're going to invest in it, then it's going to work 24/7 on your site, and you need to be ready to be able to fulfill those bookings. And also, if you're not big enough, then you don't need to invest in it. It's something you can do at a later date. Guys, thank you for joining me. Let me know what your thoughts are. And if you've got any questions, reach back to us. You can connect with me in pestfinderpro.com, and I'll be happy to talk to you, chat to you, and help you out. God bless.
Thanks for tuning in to the Pest Finder Professionals podcast. Don't forget to subscribe for more expert tips and strategies to elevate your pest control business. Join us at pestfinderpro.com and access exclusive features to dominate your market. Until next time, keep thriving and exterminating.